Y'all ready? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We're getting ready to start this Tech Talk Thursday. I'm Charles Elliott. I'm the Vice President of Information Technology and the CIO. Thank you for tuning in again to another Tech Talk Thursday. This week is special because we're partnering with the Alpha Upsilon chapter of Delta Sigma Theta as they celebrate 96 years as a chapter. And I'm just delighted that we are able to do this again. And the things you're going to see today and the opportunities you're going to be able to take advantage of are important. We started this as a thought process, or as a construct to allow our students and the community to know what's going on in tech. We've done a lot of things from Follow Me Technology. We've created online portals, and there's so much going on at LeMoyne. And we have a cybersecurity center that's only one of 9 in the country of the HBCUs and only one of 6 in the state of Tennessee. And Dr. Farabee was in here somewhere. She's the founder and executive director of that particular center. So we want people to know that we're doing technologically based things here at LeMoyne. But I'm not going to stay up here because it's about technology. And it's about today about the Deltas showcasing the technology we have. And so I'm so elated that we can do that. We are part of a cohort of the HBCU C2, which is coding, what that C stands for, and creativity, that is by Apple. And we have a partnership with them. So I'm so glad that we can showcase the things we've learned, the things that we're doing, and what we're doing here. So I'm going to step away, and I'm going to turn it over to our Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Lisa Lang, who's also a proud Delta of Beta Alpha chapter. Hey. So I'm going to sit back, and I'm going to turn it over to our executive champion of our Apple C2 program, Dr. Lisa Lang.
Good morning. As Mr. Elliott mentioned, I am Lisa Lang, and I serve as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs here at LeMoyne-Owen College. And as you know, LeMoyne-Owen College is committed to creating and maintaining enriching and vigorous programs for our students. We go all out for our students. They are the best. In addition to that, we provide the best instruction and support from superior faculty and staff. It doesn't get any better. It is our goal to ensure that we are producing the best citizens who can go out in this global society in which we live. So today, I would like to introduce to some and present to others HBCU C squared. So some of you might not be familiar with HBCU C squared. So I want to enlighten you. HBCU C squared is an acronym for Historically Black College or University Coding and Creativity. Everybody got that? Okay. And I have you to know that this was the brainchild of one of our very own Memphians. Yes, none other than Dr. Glenda Baskin Glover. Dr. Glover is a rock star, I'll have you know. And she is from the Weaver Road community. Are any of you familiar with that? Okay. She's also the current president of Tennessee State University. So Dr. Glover had this vision, and her vision was to do away or eradicate and increase the wherewithal for students, not just at her institution, but other institutions. She wanted to provide diversity in the tech workforce and remove barriers. And she did just that. And not just for Tennessee State University. What she did, she created criteria and she allowed other HBCUs throughout the nation to submit a proposal. And I'll have you to know that in 2021, I did just that. And we are a part of the HBCU C Squared Initiative. Woohoo! LOC. Yes. Great things. At this time, I would like to introduce you to the HBCU C Squared Innovation Team. We have Dr. Vernell Bennett Ferris, who serves as the executive sponsor. Mr. Charles Elliott, the IT specialist. Lisa Lang, who serves as the program manager. And we have two phenomenal faculty members. Dr. Denise Farabee. She is in the Division of Computer Science, which encompasses cybersecurity and information technology. And we have Mr. Roderick Thompson, who is a faculty member in the Division of Fine Arts and Humanities. And last but not least, I would like to introduce you to our IT deployment specialist, Ms. Brittany Walsh.
Dr. LeMoyne. I'm trying to use a lapel if you can hear me. Okay, yeah, I'm on. Okay, so let me turn this mic off. If you guys know me, you know that I am a proponent of sharing on social media. So if you can, go to our Facebook page on LeMoyne-Owen, and I want you to share the stream, because what this does is this allows people to know that we're on live, but it also helps us to be engaged. So today I am going to do a presentation about digital storytelling. You can queue up my presentation, but I'm really excited about this. This is a full circle moment for me, and I will explain to you all why it's full circle for me. But I'm also really excited that LeMoyne-Owen gets to be partner with Apple. One thing that Apple believes is they believe that they're the best, right? And they also believe that they have the best equipment in order to tell stories. And who better to tell stories than Black people, right? So it is important that if you are going to have people to use your products in order to tell a story, that you get it into the hands of those who tell a story best, which is us. Today we're going to talk through experiencing the magic of LOC, or just experiencing the magic period through digital storytelling. So you can go to the next slide. So I know everyone here, the beauty of being an IT specialist here at LeMoyne-Owen Colleges, I get to help everybody and meet everybody. And that's one of my favorite parts, actually. So students, faculty, and staff. But I want to give you guys a little bit of in-depth information about myself, so that you can know a little bit of who I am. So I am a daughter of an HBCU myself. I went to Howard University, HU. And I graduated in 2011 with a degree in business management. So I actually thought that I was going to be a sports agent or entertainment agent. I don't know where I got that from, maybe Jerry Maguire, but went into management and ended up in IT. So I am a mother. They're my littles up there. So my oldest is Mila, she's 13. And then my twins are 6, that is Leah and Levi. So yes, I am young, but they keep me even younger. So another thing about me is I am bivocational. So I am a pastor as well at the Church at the Well. I'm an executive pastor, and there I'm over several things, but mainly executing our worship experience and media, right? So a lot of what I'm doing here, I'm also doing for the Lord. Next slide. So let's go a little bit deeper about myself. I am born on the south side of Chicago and raised. So that is the White Sox Stadium, and it overlooks the south side of Chicago. And I also love to travel. So I go everywhere domestically, but I've also been several places internationally. So I've been to the Netherlands, I've been to Morocco, UK, France, Vienna, And this is a photo of me in Mexico at the Yucatan, Mexico. So it is like an hour and a half outside of Cancun or Tulum. So that was actually my first solo trip. And I got a chance to take a pyramid at a pyramid. So, and then lastly, this is a picture of me with my coveted Apple logo. So I was actually an employee of Apple. So that is why this is a full circle moment for me, because my first job out of college was with Apple. So I actually went to a career fair looking for a summer job, right? Because I told you I actually thought I was going to be human resources by the time I graduated. I wanted a summer job, and they said, well, you are a good candidate for our leader program. So I am born and bred Apple. I love their products, but I also know a little bit about their culture. So when Dr. Lang said, and I just randomly was in her office, and she said, do you know anything about Apple? And I said, as a matter of fact, I do. And that is how I got here. So I am currently the IT deployment specialist for LeMoyne-Owen College. So Apple has partnered with 45 universities across the nation in order to make sure that they have Apple products. So our institution has an iMac lab. We also have Apple TVs, and now we have iPads. So we're going to talk a little bit through digital storytelling, but I also want to make sure that at the end I announce with you all how your department can use those iPads for whatever you're doing, right? So it's not just for us to deploy, or it's not just for cybersecurity or graphics. It is for everyone on this campus, even our, Hollis Price family, even our community members. As they come to Lemoyne, they should have iPads and other technology that they can use in order to have amazing events. So we're going to go, and one of the activities that we're going to do is we're going to actually watch a video, and then we're going to walk through some digital storytelling, and then how we can actually apply those tactics to how we tell the story of Lemoyne, right? I was, Gabby, you can cue that up. I was really shocked and surprised as I'm talking to people and I'm letting them know that I work at LeMoyne-Owen. They're like, what's LeMoyne-Owen? That a lot of people in Memphis don't know that we have an HBCU here. And that's really a shame, because we do so much good work, right? But it's also a rarity, like to have an HBCU that close to you and to be able to experience that culture. So it is apparent that it is all of our job to kind of tell the story about what we're doing here, not just to the community, but also to each other. Because I don't know what everyone else is doing unless you tell me. So we're going to go ahead and watch a quick video. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and then we'll go over it. Say it again. Yeah. Okay. You want to do it after? Okay. Dr. Lang is going to share a few more things about the program, and then we're going to dive deep into that video. Can you all hear me? Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I just wanted to share, for those of you who may not be aware, we are doing some wonderful things with Apple. And again, kudos and accolades to Dr. Glenda Glover. Currently, we have incorporated Apple software into one of our microcomputer applications courses. And we did that because we wanted all of our students to have an opportunity. And so it doesn't matter what your major is. Everyone, this particular course is a part of our general core. In addition to that, for those who are majoring in computer science, those students, as they move up, progress up and become upper level students, our very own Dr. Denise Farabee has incorporated a software known as Swift into some of those classes. In addition to that, because we care about our community, we have provided an opportunity for any and all to come and receive training and learn how to code and create. And we are currently partnered with Blight Girls Code. And so they meet periodically on campus, and we will be opening it up to any organization who may have an interest or any other club, all of the Greeks on campus. And guess what? All of this is free. So we're doing dynamic things here at LOC, in case you didn't know.
So you know a Delta is not going to leave something done until it's thoroughly done. I turned them all off. Okay. So let's do this because that video was so short you might have forgotten what happened already. So let's watch the video again, and then I'm going to ask you guys a few questions about it, and we'll talk through storytelling. I love that little video. I feel like I'm that lady. When I go to events, I'm the one who has the camera, and I'm like, get out the way. I'm trying to get a good shot. So let me ask you guys this question. Did anybody notice what did the little boy do at the beginning of the video? He did a head nod. That's right. He was like, and what does that mean? I'm ready. I've got this. Get your camera, because I'm about to go. Let me ask you guys this. Who do you all assume is the lady in the video? His mother. Yes. I thought it could also be his grandma because we know black don't crack. And I thought to myself, could that have been his auntie? I don't think so. I'm going to tell you why, because my kids have two aunts, and aunties, they yell, okay? They yell, they jump over people, they push people out the way. So I was like, that's a mom, because she got to go back to those people. Aunt would have jumped. So let me ask you guys this. How did we know what that head nod meant, or how did we know who that lady was? See? Her expression. It's our culture. Y'all are so smart. I love this. It's because it is a part of our culture, right? So you don't have to tell us what a dat means. You don't have to tell us what a head nod means. And we know that when somebody runs, do you stop and ask questions? No, you run, right? Because it is a part of our culture, right? So Apple did a really good job of, you don't have to have a kente cloth on, or you don't have to do whatever in order to show Black culture or our culture. Another thing that I love about that is the song. It actually surprised me. It is by an artist named Tadashi, and it's featuring Lecrae. That's actually a Christian artist, Christian rap artist, right? So they're also showing diversity in the music choices that they select. And as a pastor, that's something that I noticed, like, oh, they try to have Jesus in the background. And you can't really tell, right? So I love that. So the next thing that I want to ask you guys, did you notice how many words were verbalized in the video? So how many words were said? None, zero, exactly. So this shows us that some of our best stories don't need words, right? We don't have to talk as much, that we can let the video and the pictures do the talking for us. How many times was Apple mentioned in that video? Only once. It was only once. So at the very end, right before that Verizon logo, it was an Apple logo, right? And I think Verizon probably paid a good penny to be after Apple on that. But this is just how strong their brand is, right? Even without that Apple logo, we knew who that was by what was in it and just the cinematography, right? But they can spend thousands of dollars on production and still not put their name on it, which I thought was really interesting, right? And I thought to ourselves, is our departments that strong, or are our organizations that strong, that whatever work we put out there, people will know it belongs to our organization, or it belongs to our school, or it belongs to IT, right? Without us even putting our name on it. Let me ask you this. What is your personal brand, right? So when you see me, this might put me on a hot spot. What do you think? Or what are some things that you notice if you have experienced me? If y'all don't speak, I'm not coming back to your office. My smile, I hear that all the time. You are always smiling. I always smile. Even when I'm nervous, even when I'm sad, I get like a nervous smile, right? So that is a part of my personal brand. Now the students are starting to know me because I have candy in my office. I entice them like, look, kids, hey, come get some candy. That's just a part of my brand to make sure that I'm inviting so that they can come in, because I am also motherly. So I do give them the tough love. Come get your devices. I even give tough love to faculty and staff, but I try to do it with sugar. So just making sure, that we all have our personal brand, and we can strengthen our personal brand through our storytelling, right? So typically when I'm sharing my photos, as you can see here, I'm smiling. I don't do a lot of smizing because my smile is a part of my personal brand. Let's talk through this. Now this may be, we're getting a little bit deeper, right? So if you don't know the answer, I'm gonna help us through this. What product was being sold in the video? What product? The phone. Yes, it was the iPhone. So we saw that they never really said anything about iPhone, but she held up that iPhone, and you like, okay, this is going to be about iPhone. And this is a staple. Or one of the things I also want to let you guys know that Apple, you notice that they don't do a lot of voiceovers in their videos, right? You don't see them saying coming soon or 1999 or whatever. They just kind of let the video do its own talking. So you'll notice that they have, you can hear the crowd cheering. In some other Apple commercials, you can always hear the dialogue. So what they try to do is they let the story sell the product on its own. Do you all know what feature was being showcased? So close. And I didn't know this either until I watched the video. So the feature that was being showcased is called action mode. So when she held it up and she tapped on the bottom, that was action mode. And apparently, it stabilizes video. So let me ask you guys, how many people have an iPhone? Oh, wait, not that. We haven't had that. And how many of y'all have used action mode? I have the same phone that she does, down to the color. I've never used action mode, and I did not know action mode existed. So this tells me that a part of digital storytelling is not just to sell something, but it's also to keep the benefits of whatever you've implemented abreast, right? So Tech Talk is a product of digital storytelling, right? And we are continuing to tell you all the benefits of the tech that we have at LeMoyne. So we can't just drop the iPads off and say, here y'all go, and use them, right? We have to have different stories to tell you all how you can use it. So I want to make sure that we're also including that in our own, work groups, right? Because it's mainly faculty and staff in here. But how can we take the work that we do, and after we've already presented it, how can we use digital storytelling to continue to tell people this is another benefit of that? This is another benefit, and that's going to strengthen the work that we've done, right? So maybe you roll something out, you tell the story about it digitally so that people continue to know, okay, this is a great product and I want to be a part of it. So the last thing that I want to mention is, do we know how many words were typed in that? That was a long time ago. I've been talking about 10 minutes. So it was 7 words. The 7 words were shaky camera, stable video, relax, it's iPhone. So it's actually a sentence, and they did a play on something that was, it's like a English term that's called the 6-word story. And basically you're trying to tell a story with the least amount of words as possible. So for them, they're saying, hey, you got a shaky camera? Well, we have stable video, relax, it's iPhone, right? And it gives you this whole sentence. So that's just like another way that you can let you don't have to over expound in digital storytelling with your words. You can you can be minimalist, right? So one of the cool things that we did when we learned about this is we actually came up with a 6-word story for LeMoyne, and Dr. Lang did this, and it was at LOC, retention is everyone's business. So when we went and learned how to tell a story digitally, we wanted to focus on LeMoyne and what our focus is during this time. And we have learned even in our institution that retention is everyone's focus, right? So we even used that 6-word focus, and we made a little presentation, and that was that. So encouraging you all, as you all are rolling out new initiatives and things of that nature, keep it 6 words or less, because anything more than that, it may be hard for your students or for your faculty members to take away what is the main point that you want me to get from, this story. So all of this that we just talked through is called digital storytelling, and it doesn't have to be as complex, as Apple made it. But digital storytelling just encompasses audio, video. It encompasses images in order to tell a story. So we are all aware that digital storytelling is happening around us. We just don't employ it in our own work place, right? So to give an example, when you go on Facebook, if somebody's like, oh my God, I just had a baby, 5 pounds, you're like, oh, that's cute. But if they show the picture of the baby, what do? You love it, right? You love it, you like it. Or if you have bought anything recently, a new vacuum or something, are you more likely to watch the video to know how to put it together? Or are you going to read through the owner's manual? You're going to watch the video, right? I am a YouTuber, Google University. I'm going to go on Google and I'm going to say, somebody has made a video about this. So I think that is very funny because we engage in that way, but we don't send our message out that way, right? We engage videos, we engage photos, but when we are having events, we send out a long email. Or we are teachers and we have, a whole syllabus, or we have a project, we have instructions, but we give our students a whole bunch of verbiage. We don't just give them a video, or we just don't show them what they could do. So again, digital storytelling is important even for the work that we do here on campus as faculty, staff, and as teachers, because it just helps to communicate what we want a lot more effectively. So I'm actually, let me take the time. We're doing good on time. So I am actually going to have us do a quick activity. We're going to use the iPads that we have here on campus. I'm only going to have a 3-minute activity. So you can give everyone an iPad. Thank you. See, someone asked, are these the gifts? Now, Gavin, if you see anybody walk out with these iPads.
They are tagged. We'll find you. We'll let you know.
Yes. And I know that we're being funny, but a part of the HBCU C2 program was to actually provide LeMoyne with not just the devices, but also the software in order to track them. So we use a product called Jamf Pro, and that is a very expensive product in order to track and deploy these iPads. So as a deployment specialist, it is my job to make sure that the iPads are set up. It's my job to make sure that they are Jamf and they are set up. Can I have one? And it is also my job to make sure they don't walk away. So, okay. So, okay, need another one? Okay. All right, so we are going to do a 3-minute activity, and then we'll get on out of here, right? But one of the things that Apple believes, and that I believe too, is that iPad is built for storytelling, right? To make storytelling easier. And the reason why it is built to make storytelling easier is because every single device, whether it's your phone, your iPad, or your Mac, has apps on it that will allow you to work through those components of storytelling. So each iPad has a camera, which does video and photo, GarageBand, where you can record voiceovers, or you can also do your own audio. And then each one of these iPads also comes with iMovie, right? So iMovie is this built-in app that puts all of your songs, your videos, and your pictures together. If you have a personal iPad, you can't do them on these until I deploy them. But on a personal iPad or a phone, you can even have your social media apps. And once you make your video, put it all together in iMovie, you can upload it directly from your device. I want to tell you guys just a little bit about how I do this, on a regular basis. One of the things that I do let me tell you a little bit about our church. We are a hybrid church, right? So almost half of our members are online as in person, and we're 450 people. So 200 people at least are online. So in order for us to create this inclusive experience, we have decided that we do 1 week in person and 1 week virtual, so that we're able to give the same amount of attention to both sets of congregants. So every week I take videos, I take our sermons, I take whatever we're going to do for that week, and I combine it into iMovie, and then I download it, and then I send it off to Facebook, right? So I'm literally engaging our community and bringing people closer to Christ by using iMovie, right? So when we're talking about what can you do with an iPad or what can you do with storytelling, you can bring people to Christ. Or you can, so if you can do that, you can definitely help someone through class, or you can help someone understand whatever your department is doing. So what I want you guys to do, I'm just going to give you guys a quick tip on how to use these iPads. So I see some people already doing it, but if you hold your iPad up and you open it, that is the flap that will allow it to stand up a little bit. And then your keyboard can stand out front. And then what I want us to do is I want us to take 2 fingers and I want you to swipe down on your screen, and you should get something called search. Now search, I use this on my phone too. I do not search for apps. That takes too long. So you just take your 2 fingers, you swipe down and you'll get that search bar, and then you're going to type whatever app. So the first thing that I want you to type is GarageBand. So you can just type GAR and you should see this orange logo up here. That should show up, right? Everybody got that? Okay, we're not going to open it, but you could just delete that. The next thing that I want you to type is camera. So CAM, and you should see the camera app. Okay, so that one we are going to use. So click on the camera app once it comes up, and you can allow while using. You can say don't allow, it doesn't matter. Okay, so everybody have their camera open? Okay, perfect. So is everyone's camera facing back? Is it facing me? Out. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to click on this little title down here that says video and record like a 10-second video. Doesn't even have to be 10 seconds. Everybody wave. Hey, y'all. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now what I want you guys to do is I want you to toggle down at the bottom. I want you to click where it says photo. And now I want you to click up here above where you're going to start the camera, and I want you to reverse the camera so that you're taking a selfie. And then look good and press the white button so that you can take a selfie. Cheese.
Ms. Walsh, I have a question.
Uh-oh.
What should I be looking
Oh, okay. That is a good question. So we are holding it horizontally, so the camera is going to be on your left side here. I'm also glad that you said that, because when you're telling the story, it depends on where you're going to put your story. So if you are using what's called short form content, that's like 1 minute, 2 minutes, usually that's your TikTok videos, your Instagram, or like Facebook videos, you want to do it the long way. So how I remember that is if my video is going to be short, then I am going to record tall, right? So this is going to help you, you know, when your kids and when you're out there and they're like, Mom, I want to put this on TikTok. You got to hold it up and down like this to go on some of those short form videos. Now, if you are recording long content, so this is like Facebook Watch, or this is something you're going to send out via email, or this is something that's going to go on YouTube, then you want to record the short way. So if it's long content, you want to record the short way. My favorite way to take a selfie is to look at the camera. It is hard to do on the iPad because it's a little bit bigger. So I would flip it up and down and take a picture. Yep. It's just hard to hold that way. Another thing about these iPads, because they do have a special image on them, when we're done working with them, they do delete, right? So that's just a part of the benefit of the HBCU C2 iPads is we can have kids in here, they can code, they can take all the selfies, and it doesn't compromise their personal data. Okay, so everybody has their content. So now so we only need those 2 things. Now what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you press that home button. And you should be back at your main screen. So now what I want you to do is I want you to go to an internet browser. So do you guys remember how to get back to somewhere where you could search? How many fingers do you take? 2, and you do a swipe down. And we can search Chrome. Chrome is my favorite. I also like Safari too, Apple, but I like my tabs to sync across. Okay, so now that we're on Google Chrome, we're going to search for an image in order to download. So you can search for anything. I'm going to just search LeMoyne-Owen College image. Let me ask you guys this. Are these connected to the internet? Okay. They should be. If they're not, then just pretend that it works for you. Okay. I searched LeMoyne-Owen College image because I just want a bunch of pictures to pop up. Now, the thing that I like about Chrome is that when you do that search and you press enter, now you should see, do you want to search for images, news, and you can click on images. So this is how a lot of times when we're having these beautiful events and you guys don't send us the flyers or something to put on the LED wall, this is how IT oftentimes gets our images. And this is how you can get images for your presentations, right? Okay, so any of these images that are shown, I want you to hold it down with one finger and you should get a little pop-up menu. And you should be able to save image from there. Anybody lost? Anybody lost? Okay. Yep, so if you hold it down, you should get something that says, it should say save image, copy image, open, or search. Save image. Save that image. So what happens when you save that image is whatever you saved is going to go to your camera roll. Y'all are doing amazing. Y'all should tell your kids, your class that, like, I know how to work this thing. Okay, so once you have one image saved, I want you to press that home button to get back home. Now, on most of these iPads, you should have iMovie on your home screen. But if you can't find that, if you do a 2-finger swipe down, you can type I and then movie. Okay, so go ahead and open up iMovie. So if you do 2-finger swipe down, you might want to type iMovie. All right, so we are almost done. We're going to put our images together to make a quick digital story. Now, of course, we're just doing this in low light. We did it really quickly, so it's not going to be the quality that we want. But again, like I said, I use the same program to put together our church service every Sunday. So we're using DSLRs, we're using fancy mics, we're using a whole sound stage and band, but I still use this in order to put, you know, all of that content together. So let's just say you have an event and you get some great pictures or some great video, you can still use this product in order to edit everything. And the thing that I love about Apple is all of this is free. It comes built in with your phone, your iPad, your iMac. There are some more expensive versions of these that are for professionals, but this is professional level for free. So in iMovie, we're all here. I want you to select Create Project. And it's going to ask, do you want to do a movie or a trailer? So in movies, you're going to kind of put the things together yourself. Trailer, they will kind of put it together for you. So let's select movie. Y'all did trailer? You are more than welcome to do the trailer. Okay, so does everybody see their content here? Okay, perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to select the couple of things that you want to do to create a movie. So if you go to the top right, you'll see either select or cancel. Okay, so if you press select, it will select everything, and then you can uncheck if you did more than one video. Okay, so does everybody have those blue checks and it's a little bit grayed out over their content? Okay, so now just select create movie. And if you now see, you now have a movie, right? So I have a 28-second clip that shows the audience. It shows a few selfies of me, and then it shows the photos that I downloaded. So one of the things that I want you guys to do at the top right, I want you to select the plus. Everybody see that? It's right next to the gear. Okay, so this is where you could pull more video, more backgrounds, more files if you wanted to insert something here. I actually use this to put lower thirds. So I save my lower thirds from church with the transparent background. So I actually can put text on the bottom of all my videos, like lyrics and things of that nature. Uh-oh. Did you get behind? Oh, lower thirds are when you have a text at the bottom of a video. Yep. Thank you. There are no stupid questions in this classroom. Okay, so do you guys see this media window that we have open? Do you guys see at the bottom? You can see media is checked in blue. I want you to select audio. After the plus, you should be in your media window. If you look towards the bottom, you'll see media in blue. So now you want to select audio. Okay, so once audio is blue, this is how you can add music. So in order to stream things to like Facebook or whatnot, you do want to use royalty-free music. So Apple has its own music in the back that you can add and you won't get flagged, you won't get copyrighted because Facebook will mute it. But you can also do voiceovers. You can also, which means a voiceover is like when you're talking, right? Say maybe you do a video and then your voice, you go back and you narrate it. So this is also where GarageBand comes in. So if you go to GarageBand, you can be as intricate as you want to record a voiceover. People actually record songs. My son, the little 6-year-old, he went on there and started playing, the drums and recorded a little drum song. But you actually have musicians and producers who produce in GarageBand. Again, it's basic, so it's probably not, mastered for the radio, but it's enough to make a demo or to make a really great video. So you can go through sound effects, you can go through soundtracks, and you could just add something to your video if you want to. If it is showing gray, that means it's just not downloaded. If it is showing white, that means it's downloaded and you can add it to the video immediately. So once you click on something to add, you do have to press the plus in order for it to add it to your video. All right, so we are about to wrap up in a minute. Did you guys get that far? Did you add a track to your video? You will know that you have a track on your video because you'll see a green line at the bottom of your video. The grayed out ones means that they're just in the cloud and you have to tap it to download it. If it's white, it's already downloaded. It should add it to your video. And that's where we're at so far. Yep. So do you see the green line to the bottom of your video? Perfect. Okay. So if you have gotten a track added to your video, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. I only see one thumbs up. Got yours? Yep, you should see a green line at the bottom, and that's your track, audio track. Okay, so did everybody get there? If you're online, they're still working on adding their tracks. We have a collaborative effort as a group. Okay, so what I want you guys to do, once you've added that track at the top left, do you see where it says done? Everybody see where it says done at the top left? Select done for me. And then you should get a page and it should be named My Movie and it should have the date and it should say edit underneath. Okay. So did everybody get to that page where it says My Movie? Okay. So one of the things about Apple is the thing that I love about them is that their icons are the same on every device. So if you're used to it on your iPhone or your Mac, you can also be used to it on an iPad. So we're going to actually share these. I actually don't think I have the settings set so that you can share it with yourself, but I just want to show you how to do it. So underneath the edit button, do you see a square with an arrow pointing out? That means to share. So I want you to select that. Now, the only thing that you can do on these, because I have them set it up so that these can be safe and they're not sharing our internet or our intellectual property without my permission. But the only thing that you can do right now is you could save the video or you could save to files. If I did have this set up, or if you were using your personal device, you could probably text it to yourself, you could email it to yourself, all of the above. Yeah, you could put it on Facebook from here, Instagram, whatever you have downloaded to the iPad. All right. Okay, so I'm going to have some of our Deltas pick up our iPads for me so I can make sure I get them all back. But thank you guys for participating in that activity for me. So I'll just say a few more things before I wrap up. I think that it is important that whatever department you're a part of, whatever organization you're a part of, that you know that you can use iPad in order to strengthen your brand. You know, I tell these young ladies, if you guys didn't know, I'm their campus sponsor. But I tell them for any event that you do, you should have videos and you should have photos and you should share those afterwards, right? So for people who aren't able to attend or they want to know how did that event go, or in order to strengthen your brand, you want to share your videos and your stories after, right? So after that is another way that your work can go before you and that people can know, I know that this is what that department does, is you can make a recap video and let us know what happened, right? And you want to incorporate all of those elements that we talked about in the beginning. You want to you want to walk through cultural norms. You want to allow the music to tell you something, right? Don't just choose a random song. You want to choose a song that helps to tell the story. You want to keep the text to a minimum. Just give us 6 words so that we can know exactly what you want us to take away from the video. And then keep it concise, right? There's a video that admissions has for recruitment. In the beginning of the video, it zones in and it says LOC and you see our gate. So you know that this is about LOC at the beginning of the video. I love that little short clip. And then they start to show the different students and everything, right? So you can sandwich your video by showing your department and then show all your videos or whatever. And then sandwich it at the end with a conclusion. Another thing that I see us do, and we didn't go through this as we just did that short activity, but you want to have a type of sequential order, right? So if you had an event, maybe you want to tell first, second, and third. This is what happened first, this is what happened second, this is what happened last. Or you want to do it reversed. So I actually went to Vegas and I did a recap video, and I actually showed the concert at the end, and then I showed me going backwards. So I showed everything happened, but I did it backwards because I thought, oh, that's a cool way for me to tell the story of traveling, but it keeps people engaged because they want to see what happened in the beginning, right? I will just say this, that as we retain students, as we let the community know the magic that's happening here, it is all our job to share that magic, and we can do that through digital storytelling. I hope that you guys learned something, and I do want to share with you all that in the future, you all will be able to use these iPads. We have about 60 available now. And you will be able to go through the IT department and check them out. So if your department is doing a training and you just don't want to talk to people, you actually want them to be able to work through something or go on the internet, come talk to me. I would love to set it up for them. If you are an organization and you're having, an event and you want them to be able to do something, like Dr. Lang said, Dr. Farabee has used they use the iPads in order to teach our students. So they're available for everyone to use that uses our campus. They just have to go through IT so that we can help you guys. So I will also mention this, the goal with Apple is they want to implement as much of their devices and products on HBCU campuses as possible. But it is very important that we show how we use them, right? So we're going to use digital storytelling to show them how we use them, but they are open and wanting and willing to give more devices, right? But we have to use the ones that we have first. So like Dr. Lang mentioned, TSU is the national hub. They are almost 100% Apple devices right now because over the years they have continually implemented all of these devices, and they're still able to use the other devices that they have, but Apple has supported them because they're using the technology and giving other devices for their university to use. So with that being said, there is some magic that's happening here. I am very excited that you all have partnered with us, and I thank you guys for attending our last Tech Talk for the year. Do you guys have any questions, any comments? Oh, there's some mics in the audience. I would love to answer.
If we do make a movie, a short movie, is there a hashtag that we should use for Apple?
For Apple, well, if you make movies and that you want me to share with HBCUC2, you can use #HBCUC2. But you can also get those videos to me or Dr. Lang, and we'll make sure that we get them to our national hub.
And then should we always hashtag LOC or?
That is a good question. And who is over that is Miss Richards. And you see that she actually just sent out an email. So she's starting to outline some of those brand standards for us, and she will be the one to tell us what hashtag to use.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that the school is trying to revamp, or should I say update the website.
Mm-hmm.
So would a short video clip of our division be acceptable to put on the website showing what that division is and what it encompasses or something like that? Or
I think that will be an amazing way to tell a story digitally. Of course, we do have brand standards, right? So I can't make that determination to put on there, but there are actually videos on our website even now that the different departments have helped to put together. Like I said, there's one video that admissions has, and they actually recorded it on iPhone. If you guys, and maybe Gavin can show it as we're leaving, but it actually has music and it shows the students on the campus, and that was recorded by one of our admissions professionals on iPhone. So yes, I think digital storytelling is going to be important in how we share about our divisions, but also how you strengthen the brand of your department, right?
Right. Let me say, the quick answer to your question is yes. What we're looking for right now, I think it's Marcus working with Jessica Richard to be able to do that, is that information. We need all the information possible so the overhaul of the website can take place. So any digital storytelling, Brittany's excellent, as you can tell, at making this happen. And so there are others who are responsible for the brand, as you spoke of, so that it's more consistent. But that is the kind of thing we want to have. What she showed today, the kind of thing we need to have on each of everyone's page. So she's going to be leading our effort for the IT. So ours is going to look real good.
Are there any other questions? Okay. Oh, that's a good point. Engage online. We got to check. So as we check for questions online, just letting you guys know that our very own Alpha Upsilon chapter, they are hosting an event after this, political awareness, and it's entitled When They See Us. So just talking through with some local law enforcement and professionals with our students. So if you do want to invite your students or anybody, if you want to stay, that is going to happen immediately after this presentation at 12 p.m. All right. With that being said, in the little theater. Okay, so I am going to relinquish it to Charles.
Let's give her a hand. She did. This is one of our best tech talks, is that not? Thank you. Thank you. This is hands-on. I see all the comments online. This has been hands-on. She did her thing. I'm so glad. I feel like Phil Jackson, and I got Michael Jordan on stage. I got Scottie Pippen in the booth. We're going to win a championship. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. All I got to do is do like this, get out the way. And that's one of the things about what we're doing. We have such excellent talent. We got to let it showcase. Thank you for the great learning experience for all of us. This experience has helped me change how I think about tech, as she can tell you. I was like, Apple what? We're not doing all that. But doing it part of this cohort has made me think differently about how technology can be incorporated, and that's what we have to do is continue to learn. Thank you, Dr. Lang, for pushing us to do this as our executive champion, or pushing her as our program manager. And thank you. And Gavin's in the back, who's our AV person. So we have a strong team, along with Dr. Thompson, Professor Thompson, Dr. Farabee, making this work. We want to continue to do this. These tech talks were built for this purpose, that you can learn about what we're doing, what we can do, and what the community can experience through LOC. Thank you, Alpha Upsilon Chapter. Happy 96 years. I think it's tomorrow, but happy 96 years. And thank you for helping host this. And thank you for all coming who are here and online. We're going to do it again. This is our last one of this particular school year, because the next one will be toward finals. We're not going to get in the students' way. And if we do anything, it'll be an online presence where you'll introduce the team, because they have Brittany's incredible, and I'm so glad to have her on the team. And she's new. She's been here now 4 months, 3 months. So let's give her a hand. She's been engaged from the beginning, and her experience in Apple and what we're going to be going is going to be crazy. I can't wait to see it. So we're going to be introducing the team. We have people like Abita Sheikh, Nanzo Nzwego. We have these people that you experience, but you haven't really understand what they do. And we're going to introduce them to you, because my job is made so much easier because of them, right? They do the work. I do some of it, but they do the work. I just try to get out the way. So I just thank them. And so thank you online for streaming. Thank you, Gavin. Gavin, wave your hand. They can't see you on stream, but they can see you back there. He's back there. He does a great job. All of our AV stuff comes through him, streaming, making sure it happens. So thanks to all of you. Thanks for all our executives. Our CEO is here, and executive to the president. Thank you for coming, and our executive HR director. Thank all of you, and have a great, and you guys have it's in where? Here, right here. So just stay here if you're coming to this event. Take care. Bye-bye.